Hey guys, this is another seed experience I'm gonna tell you about, and it has to do with CE5 and the ETs. Now the ETs have seeds and a spark inside their heart, right? The same as I do, the same as you do. But I've been with the ETs all my life, and they come to me. They did it. I didn't do it. They did it. I didn't know shit. I learned from them how to do this. Okay? More or less. That's how it worked. Watch my past videos. Anyway, explains it all. I was in Chatham visiting my mom. My boss was coming from Woodsley. My boss, where I lived, was coming from Woodsley to pick me up as she was doing deliveries for her food thing. Anyway, and I was a delivery driver, but I was visiting my mom. So the day before, I was in the graveyard doing CE5 with Spark. When you hook up to an ET, this is what I do. I bring the light into my head, and I project my seeds like that. I project the light. And I had 14 seeds. This was about 10 years ago. I had 14 seeds. And I'm projecting them. What I do is, and then I reach out with my soul as close to I can to the ET, and I go up and down on the ET's chest, right here like this. I go up and down on his chest, feel it, and then I'll find his inner light, and I'll touch his chest till his inner light and my inner light go bing, boom. Then I got his attention. I did that the day before. And I got some stuff in the graveyard, some CE5, but it's all gone now. YouTube took my channel down. Then, the next day, I tried it again. But I didn't go out to the graveyard to do CE5. And there's nothing with the graveyard. It has nothing to do with anything. I just go there because there's no people and it's peaceful. That's why I go. When there's nowhere else to go in channel, it's peaceful. That in walking distance. So just to tell you that. Anyway, I was hooking up to the ETs asking for a CFEP. Now what I did was, in my mind and my soul, I made a picture of what I wanted, and I pictured, and with the picture I sent to the ET, I created a picture in the spirit world of me holding a camera, and I've already done this with them before, over the church. I want to see a UFO over the church. Now from Linda's parking lot in Woodsley at her house, above the garage, you see a church steeple at the top of a church. The green copper ones, anyway. Yeah, green copper. And I asked the ETs in the past to put a craft over the church. So I have a focus point on blue sky. I have something to focus off of the church, and they could put the ET craft there, right over top of the steeple. Because it was the only really cool thing I had to focus off of. And they did it multiple times, man. You don't believe it. But those are different stories. I'll make them eventually. So anyway, back to Chatham, I CE5 them, and that's what I told them. I want that, because I knew I was going back to Woodsley. And in the evening, I could get a shot. And it's always late in the evening when they do that low steeple shot. And that's a different video. So, I start driving. I'm driving. Linda's tired. She don't want to drive anymore. So I'm driving home. I had to go to, first I went to Tilbury, dropped off, picked up some veggies or food or whatever. Then I had to go to Woodsley. And I'm getting anxiety because all I want to do is, and I'm glowing. It's just a nice glow. So I know something's coming. Then I go to Woodsley, pick up a whole bunch of rainbow trout, smoked rainbow trout. Cases of it, man. It's beautiful. I got some of that. Anyway, that's a delicacy to me. We leave Woodsley, we get on 46, or I think it's 46, and we're headed to Woodsley. As soon as I got on 46 and I started driving, my seeds just spiked from like 25 to 75% glow. Just bam, just like intense. And I'm freaking, I'm almost out of the seat. Like, a little weird, man. It didn't freak me out in my head. I'm like, holy shit. Fuck. And I know something's going on. And then all of a sudden I could see the ETs spiritually, like following me, my progress home. It was weird. So a half hour on this damn road or more or less, somewhere along there, I don't know. It was about 40 kilometers, something like that. I'm driving, and the peak and freak of the seeds peaking started going down slower and slower and slower as closer I got to home. And I'm glowing about 25%. Solid glow. Okay, I go from nothing, and this is with the ETs. I go from 0 to doing a CE5, and then I start glowing. And then, as I'm driving home, as soon as I got to the main road to get to Woodsley, bam, just jumped like 100%. I'm almost in Woodsley now. I'm almost in Woodsley. And we get into Woodsley, and I got like 25% glow. It's glowing. And then as I turn in, I have my camera. We were looking. On the way home, I'm screaming at Linda. I'm not screaming at her, but I'm telling her, look outside for UFOs, look outside for you. She's like, what, man? I go, I'm glowing. Look. And she's looking, mostly screaming at me to pay attention to the road, which is a highway, 90 clicks, 80 clicks on the highway. It's not a 401 highway, it's a, county road. And we were both looking for anything in the sky. Now the sky was cloud cover all the way to the horizon. No blue, just gray cloud cover. And it was about 8 o'clock, 8:30 by the time we started getting home. And then it was starting to get dark. We pull into Woodsley, go through the crossroads, we we pull into her house. And my job is to unload the van. She's older, and I unload it and load it. So I pull in the driveway, I park the van. And the first thing I do, because I'm glowing and I want to see, I want to get out there and take a look. Because I don't think I'm going to, what I ordered up, I didn't think I was going to get, because it was already getting a little dark. And about 8:39, and then the cloud cover, it was getting dark. So I wanted to get a quick look around before I had started working. So unloading the van. So I grabbed my camera and opened the van door. I got out and I just did a quick look over top. I could see the steeple a few properties away of the church. And I looked around, and above the church there was what I thought was a vulture flying, a turkey vulture. It was black. And I go, turkey vulture. I go, where are they? And I'm still a little bit of glow going on. And I go, and I look at the turkey vulture, and it ain't moving. And I go, that ain't a turkey vulture. So I grabbed my camera, I turned it on, I rose it up, and it wasn't a good camera. It was for what it was. It's a Canon Rebel. And there was the turkey vulture, over top of the steeple, was a black sphere. I'm looking, I'm like, holy shit. Grabbed the camera, and it was slowly moving from the left to the right, like this. I thought it was a turkey vulture flying. It was a sphere. And so, just before I went behind the trees, there's trees to the left, trees to the right, steeple in the middle, turkey vulture flying from one to the right, and I took a picture. Two pictures. Click, click. And that was it. And it was gone behind the trees, never came back. I processed, it was unfocused. Just a little unfocused. And I look for the pictures now of the sphere, of the black sphere, and I can't find them, for Christ's sake. I checked 1,000 folders of UFOs and I can't find them. I even checked stuff on Facebook where I posted it before and I couldn't find them. But anyway, that's what happened. Now what blows my mind is, in the past, I had done this, where, and I always miss this one particular shot. I asked the ETs to go over top of the church steeple. I'd sit in the driveway in a lawn chair in the evening, listening to a little music with the camera in my hand, or the camera on a tripod, waiting. The first time I did it, black sphere, cloud cover. The second time I did it, black sphere, cloud cover. Third time I did it, black sphere, cloud cover. Over top of the steeple, black sphere, every time, going by. Left, right. Each time I filmed it, but I didn't hit record. Didn't hit record. The worst and most depressing one was, I asked for it, they came, stationary. I asked for stationary, no more going from tree to fucking tree. Stationary, over the steeple. They came, put the black sphere over top of the steeple. I filmed it. I zoomed in with the Nikon P900, I think it was, not this 1000. I zoomed into it, and I'm recording it. Full, perfect black sphere. No little dangly thing underneath. And I asked the ETs from stationary to take off in the sky. Instantly, take off. I'm filming it, I'm watching it, it's spinning around, and took off at an angle where in the viewfinder of the camera, you could see it leaving into the clouds. In the camera. I was freaking. I got it. I finally got it. This is where I zoomed it in, full frame, full view, in the camera. Like the whole goddamn frame of the camera was almost black. That's how close I got before I started. I didn't record. That's just one experience of devastation upon oneself. Brutal. I'm asking for it again. It'll happen again. But I live in Chatham, not Wisley. Wisley's in the country. Little town in the country. Anyway, brutal. And then it happened again. The 2 pictures I got of the church. And after that, it happened again. And I never recorded. But I did get 2 pictures. Now, when I got the pictures, they weren't perfect. The spheres were just a little black dot. A little fuzzy. But when I zoomed into it the other time, and I focused the camera, it was solid, clear, black. Now, in a blue sky situation, the spheres that are solid manifestation in this world, the spheres will be silver or white. Silver or white. Now, this is what I noticed over all my sightings with the race I deal with. The sphere will be silver, shining light like a star. You zoom into it, you think it's a UFO, and then it takes off, right? Faster than anything. On a clear sky, it's silver. Then I noticed, by doing the top of the church steeple, I realized by the second time, I can do this on a cloudy day. And the ETs will do it. And always it's black. Why? Why is that? How did you go from a silver sphere to a black sphere because of clouds? I think it has to do with something with the skin or the metal or the whatever it is. Either they do it or the craft does. There's no people in the craft. It's a probe, sphere probe. But it's a good size. Anyway, that's what I noticed. When it's cloudy out, you can still do CE5s. If you're far away, out of a populated area, give it a try. Find something prominent. Show the ETs. That's what I'm trying to do, but I'm stuck in an apartment now. So I don't get that all the time. Now the white ones match the clouds. And I film them and they match the cloud. So I'm always around the side of the clouds. I'll film 25% of cloud. The rest of the frame, blue sky. I go around the cloud at 75%, and you'll see the sphere sitting there, spinning, black and white, or moving slowly. I'll leave, I'll come back, it's still there, spinning slowly, stuff like that. And it's black and white, black and white, black and white. Now why is it black and white? I don't know. Some kind of effect on the perception of people. I can't see them, ever see them. But my camera picks them up and films them. So that's why I do the 25% cloud and the rest blue sky in a 45-degree circle around my viewing area where I sit. That's how I do it. As for my seeds, what that is in this circumstance, I was driving home where I asked for CE5 at Linda's, and it was sort of on the way. I was getting closer to that probable reality, probable reality. The fact that I pulled in the driveway, I got out of the car, and the fucking thing was sitting there waiting for me. I thought it was a goddamn turkey vulture until I took a look at it, grabbed my camera, and ripped 2 shots before it disappeared. I didn't even see it disappear. It was just gone. Just gone. I don't even know. But the fucking blows me away is because I use my seeds and channel. An hour later, or hour and a half, 2 hours later, I'm in Woodsley, exactly where I asked him to show up in channel. That probable reality, bam, came together, man. So that's what the seeds can do. Your inner light. Now, one more thing I want to point out. You can do that with people, but don't say nothing. You can do that with people. Take your seeds, hook them up. We do it all the time. We don't even know we're doing it. But when you're conscious of it, take your seeds, hook them up to your friend or girlfriend, someone you like, and ask her, ask him, ask your mom, whatever the question is. Meet me here. If, whatever. Meet me here. I have some information. This, that, and the other thing. And you communicate that way through the seeds. No verbal. The ETs, I've noticed over time, consciously are with their seeds all the fucking time. They don't have this ego problem of not knowing anything. They know, man. I hook up to the ET, he's like doing something, I hook up to him, touch his chest, find his inner light, hook my inner light to his inner light, and he's like, what? That fucking fast. You could do it for the rest of, for 50 fucking years. with someone else, and they'll never know. Never. I guarantee it. I do it with people on my YouTube. Sometimes I do it and I don't even know I'm doing it, and they respond to something I'm thinking about. Hey, Rich, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even write to them. They're just responding to what I'm thinking about here. I'm like, how in the hell does that happen? Through the seas. That's how it works, man. Blows me away. And they don't even know they're doing it until I come and say, I was just thinking that. Get out of my head. And it's my hookup. It's John. You know John? John Holler? Yeah. We do it all the time. And another guy I do it with, just thinking about Bigfoot and stuff like that, just random stuff. They'll call me. It's the seeds, man. What you gotta do, what I did, is the ETs taught me quick how to do that. Use my seeds for communication. It's that simple. What you gotta do is you tune into them. And it ain't easy. You gotta trial and error, but trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. Bring them to your head. Who you're thinking of, send them the message. Wait for a reply. Or maybe they'll message you a messenger and you'll get it. And you'll get the response, hey, and then you go to them and you write to them, hey, I was just sent you a message spiritually, and you answered it. How fucking cool is that? The guy will go, holy shit. And so you both sit there going, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. That freaks you fuck right out. But that's how the ETs do it. If they don't do it, they don't have ego problems and bullshit and lies in their head controlling them. They're one with it. They got rid of all the crap in their heads. They're with their seeds, with their soul, aligned in natural law, and that's how you do it. That is how it's done. I have examples from the humans. I have examples from human to ET, and that's how they do it. They showed me. They showed me, and every time it fucking works. Unless the other person is not thinking about anything, doing something else. But what blows my mind is I asked for the ETs to show up in Chatham. 2 hours later, as soon as I get out of my car, there's an ET craft sitting above the steeple, and I use my seeds for the whole thing. All right, it's gonna be long enough to load this damn video. So talk to you later. A lot more coming. Bye.